Hi everybody, I'm Epoxy Pete. Today we're going to show you a 3-coat epoxy system being our 707 LVP, 707, and 359. Our first step here will be priming our board, and what we do is we mix up our 707 LVP and we pour a ribbon out onto the floor. Then we grab our squeegee. This is going to set the gauge of our material. We're looking probably for 150 square foot per gallon. We'll just spread that out. Flows really nice. After we get that all squeegeed out, we'll take our roller. 1/4-inch nap is what I like to use. You can use a 3/8 as well. And what we do is just lightly glide this across the surface without any pressure, just to get rid of any lines or anything or marks in there from squeegeeing. Flows out real nice. And that's priming your floor. We'll let that dry overnight. Come in the next day and begin our second coat. Okay, after our LVP primer has dried, the next day we'll come down and we'll put our mid coat down. That would be our 100% solids 707. So you will use the same technique. Pour your ribbon out. And we'll squeegee that out again. This time we can lay down a heavier mill here, anywhere to 15 to 20 mils, 100 square foot per gallon is usually what I'll estimate it at. But depending on what you want to do, you can go heavier up to 80. You can use a 3/16 notch squeegee for this. That'll set your gauge where you want it to be. Again, lightly back rolling, no pressure, and just let it glide across to get rid of any squeegee lines and to help even out the material. Let dry overnight, and we're ready for our top coat. Okay, after your 100% solid epoxy is cured, what you want to do before you're applying our high solids top coat is urethane, is you want to degloss the floor. If you on a big floor, you want to use a swing machine with either the black pad, or you can find a fine grit sanding screen and go over the floor. If you have a smaller job or for the samples, we just use a drywall screen or sandpaper on a swivel head. And you just want to knock that gloss down on the floor and rub it. You'll see the scratch pattern that you'll get. And you just keep on sanding it out till it has a nice deglossed finish. Okay, your next step will be, of course, mixing your high solids urethane, which we've already done. And so you take your pail, you want to just pour some in the paint pan, and you don't want to overfill it. You just want to be able to take your roller, dip it into your pan, make sure you touch the bottom of the pan, knock off any excess. And what I normally do is I'll take my roller and I'll roll it just right to the left in front of me, just to kind of get that spread out a little bit. And then what I'll do is I'll take it and just start stretching it out. the material just using the zigzag pattern. This really goes a long way. You could probably get at least 500 to 600 square foot per gallon from this material. And you want it to be very thin. Okay, as we're rolling this out, and you really want to stretch this out in that zigzag type pattern. And then you'll see it will have a mild texture look, you'll see. Normally I'll just keep on pulling it, and then as I work my way down the floor, I'll usually take my roller and pull it one direction towards me. As I go down bigger floors, of course, you'll use your 18-inch rollers. You shouldn't see any roller marks at all when looking at the floor when you get to this step where you're pulling in one direction towards you. And I just do this just to alleviate any roller marks whatsoever. This particular high solids comes with a resin hardener, pigment pack, where you're using a pigment pack here, and then also a fine 220 mesh tabular aluminum. So it really gives you a really nice finish, a little bit lower on the gloss, and the scratch resistance and wear resistance is remarkable, really good. And that would be about it on your install of your high solids urethane.